Excited to be here, and not to put down the people who couldn't make it out to support me, but big shout out. Appreciate everybody who came out to support. Thank you. There's levels to friendship. 5 actually distinct levels to friendship. Starting with level 1. Level 1, old friends. These people, they stood the test of time, right? They're gonna be standing next to you when you get married one day, right? You've been cracking beers, you've been cracking juice boxes with these dudes back since the Bush presidency. They're the gold standard, Everybody one day wants to become one of these friends. Level 2, these are your current friends, right? You like them for the most part, they do stuff for you, you do stuff for them, but push comes to shove, like, you're not that close, right? They call you up, they're saying, hey, I need some help getting rid of this body. You're probably calling the police, right? Like, you're not that close yet, but you can get there one day, right? You can get there one day. Level 3, these are the others. This is kind of just everybody else who doesn't fit in, right? Like some guy you meet at a bar, he roots for the same sports team as you, stuff like that. We got girls who already have boyfriends, stuff like that. And then like, you'll sometimes take an Uber ride, right? You have your Uber drivers, you kind of like click with them, right? That crew, or maybe DoorDash, sorry, fuck Uber. DoorDash, we respect DoorDash here. Level 4, moving on, we have our friends of friends. These are Game of Thrones side characters, like to say. Essentially, you recognize their face, but you don't know what their name is. You're gonna hear their name and forget it 5 seconds later. And they just kind of fade away. You never really see them again. And finally, in the basement, the worst of the worst are your work friends. And they're, like I said, it's not a nice basement. It's not like your rich friends, they got a pool table, Xbox down there. No, it's like a horror movie, like dangling light bulb. It's like it's flickering, there's water dripping. That's where your work friends belong. But some of them don't really respect the hierarchy, unfortunately. There's this guy I work with. He sits next to me. And a couple months ago, he gives me this envelope. It says Chris plus guest on it, which you maybe can guess is a wedding invitation to his wedding. And I was like, okay, I probably have to go, right? Everybody else is gonna be there. Wrong. I'm the only one invited. It's just me and my +0. And it's not even one of those big weddings you can kind of like get lost in the crowd. It's a very small, like family and friends only, maybe 50 people at this wedding. But silver lining, there was one other single person there. It was actually one of the bridesmaids. So the wedding goes on, eventually it's the reception, the music's going. And I see her sitting at a table. She's working on her Diet Coke. And I'm like, this is my opportunity, right? So I walk on over, hit her with a classic, hey, not reinventing the wheel, just sticking with the time that works. And she looks up and she's like, oh, I'm not dating men right now. And I was like, okay. Do I try and be funny, like come with like a one-liner comeback? Do I go with like the alpha Andrew Tate response? But I like to think I'm a nice guy. I want to get to know her better. I want to understand her a little bit more. So I was like, oh, what do you mean by right now? And she's like, oh, I mean tonight. And then she just gets up, takes her drink, and walks away, which was definitely tough. There's hard to get, and there is impossible to get, or so it seemed. A little while later, I saw her across the way. She was with Owen Wilson, they're having a good time. Vince Vaughn in the background with some hijinks. Meanwhile, I was dancing with my buddy's niece, who's in preschool, which was definitely cute for the first dance. But like it was the 6th or 7th dance by that point, and starting to get some weird looks from her parents. But what are you gonna do, right? Like I don't belong there. My work friend, he upset the hierarchy. Not much I can do. That is about all the time I have. I appreciate you guys coming out, and everybody says shout out to Billy. So
Shout out to Chris. That's what I said. I said shout out to Chris.